Hello guys and girls, here's Trisha Galore with the video I've promised to do for you. It's about erotic fantasies, true love, and my novels and my real life. How much of the erotic fantasies that I have in real life is part of my stories, and the characters I write, and what kind of stories am I writing? Well, to be honest, let's start with true love. This is probably the most, this is also an erotic fantasy of mine, to be honest. I believe in true love, and I need love to have sex. Now, if you have, there are people who don't, who just can go out there and, that's fine, have sex with people they don't know, have one night stands, and that's fine for them. But for me personally, I would never do that. I've always had sex in my relationships, not in others, and with a person I loved, truly. And I always thought that we have a life together. Now, true love, does it exist in real life? I think it does. I think there are people out there who are meant to be together. I think there are people out there who really fit each other like a glove fits a hand. I really do believe that. And that they can really live their entire life together, and mostly when one dies, at a certain age, the other will follow very fast. That's what I've noticed, because they're really so attached to each other. Love will change over the lifespan. This is not the same like when you first start dating. Of course not. It'll change, but it doesn't matter that it's not true then anymore or deep. It gets deeper actually if it's real love. People always confuse being just falling in love or just being in the beginning in love, and then the true love that grows out of this. And so I think there are people who are destined to be together, and that reflects in my stories. And that's also an erotic fantasy of mine, that true love exists, and that my characters don't just have sex, they make love. That is, that's, you have deep trust, you have all of that is there, the heart, you would die for that person, and then you can give yourself completely up. And that is also a problem of mine in real life, to give myself completely up, when I'm, when I'm making love, because even though I love because of the rape that I've experienced, even though I love the person, I have problems of completely unlocking my mind and just black everything out besides what's happening. So yeah, I think writing those kind of stories kind of sets me free a little bit, and I love happy endings, by the way, and I hate it, I really hate it when I watch or read a love story. Let's just say watch it in one case like Titanic, and you have Jack and Rose, and they're so madly in love, and you think all the possibilities they could have living together, and living their lives together, and he dies at the end. I will never forgive Cameron for doing that to me. I was crying my eyes out because Jack died, even though they're reunited in death. Well, they could have had life together, Why didn't you put it like that? That's horrible. I don't like that. I like happy endings. I think that's Romeo and Juliet. I love Romeo and Juliet. At least they died together, but I could have had also life together if the circumstances were different, if their families weren't in a feud. So I'm just saying that, and that's what my stories also reflect, is that I love happy endings. My stories have happy endings. I could not bear if one dies at the end. I couldn't. Well, maybe I would do it someday, just to give you a bit of a kick, but honestly I doubt it, because I love happy endings and I love true love. So that's, it's also an erotic fantasy, that true love, that deep true connection and all of that, making love instead of just doing the physical thing. So anyway, now let's get back to the erotic fantasies, or let's start on that. So how much of that is me when I write a scene like that? I think there is more in every scene of myself and what I maybe would like to do, or subconsciously maybe dream about, then I admit, or then I know. That's how I have to put it, because it's subconsciously, really. There are things that I'm blocking, maybe, I don't know. And maybe I live that out in my stories, you know, some of it. Not all of it. I mean, there is also things in the erotic scenes I'm writing that is that are things that I have done and that did not work for me. I didn't like that, what I was doing. It was not for me. Didn't give me any pleasure, or not enough pleasure, I don't know. But I still put it in the story or that scene because it goes well with the characters and with the story in itself. See, because not every character completely reflects me, of course, you know. And of course, I'm much more identifying with a female character, you know, of course. So, and the man that I write into my stories, the male lead of my stories is always kind of like my ideal man, you know, what I wish from a man in a way, of course. Maybe not every aspect of that character, but most of it, I'm sure. And well, I can't give you an example of an erotic scene that I would say that I've tried and it didn't work for me. I can tell you what I wouldn't write. I would never write about a threesome, because I think, for me personally, 2 is a relationship, 3 is a crowd. That doesn't work for me. Like, you know, you always have jealousy going on in there and all of that, and I don't like it. I think love is 1-on-1 and not 1-on-2 or 2-on-1. I don't know. But this is not for me, so I would never write about it. I'm not very experimental when it comes to that. Like I said, because I believe in true love, and I always would be with someone that I love really deeply from my heart. I would never be with someone I don't. So, and I've never been in love with 2 people at once. I don't think maybe you can, but it never happened to me. So I would never write that, because it wouldn't give me anything. So I do believe, like I said, in every scene there are bits and pieces of me. What I wish, what I want, what I would like to do, what I maybe have done and didn't like. There are bits and pieces of my life, bits and pieces of what I like, what I have done and liked, what I have done and not liked, and what I would maybe like to do. But I can't, you know, pinpoint it now. Not always. Sometimes maybe I could just, like, you know, talk to you about it, hint to it, and say, yeah, this is, like, you know, what I'd like to do. But if I would like to do it, then I would just try it with my partner, and if it wouldn't work out, then I would leave it. I've done that. So I think that, like I said, there is, like every writer is always reflected in his stories. You know, the dreams, hopes, and wishes. Now, if they're erotic or not doesn't matter, really. It's always a lot of that person that writes story in the story. Their dreams will always kind of like shine through. Their hopes, their wishes, their fantasies, like I said, the erotic fantasies, that will always kind of shine through every scene a little bit. Like I said, my first time was horrible. I didn't like that because I loved the man, but the man didn't really love me. Now, I didn't know it at the time. That's why it was horrible, probably. I don't know. But, you know, I didn't like it. So I have really problems writing a scene where a girl has a first time being with the man she loves, you know, the boy she loves, the young guy, whatever. And it's very positive because I did not have that experience. Sometimes I try to make it very positive, so I can at least have it in my mind, you know. So you can also fulfill a wish or a dream or fantasy in a story. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Well, if you have questions, you know, that you would like me to answer, well, comment section, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, help me grow, and give me a thumbs up if you like the video. I hope I reflected on every aspect of this. Yeah, I talked about true love, like I said, I talked about my erotic fantasies. I don't have a specific big erotic fantasy that I can talk about. I don't have that. Otherwise, I would. I don't think there is one in particular that I would say like that I want to live out, and I haven't. Like I said, for me, true love is a very, very big fantasy of mine that I believe in. I believe that it exists, and I think it makes the greatest sex if you have true love in there. Because then you have trust, then you have everything that you want, and the person you want and you are in love with so deeply you would die for. So what more do you want? You can give him everything you have. And I think that is like the perfect situation. But physically and doing things, you know, I think, like I said, everybody is different. You know, it's very hard to say. Now, that's certain, you know, I don't know. How can I put this? This is YouTube. I have to watch what I'm saying. So, but that certain thing I would not do again, or I would do again. I wanted to do. I don't have this big erotic fantasy that I have lived out yet. Do you have that? Let me know about it in the comment section. Maybe you give me ideas for my next novel and for my life. I don't know. But yeah, I'm interested to know what you're thinking about, and what you're dreaming about, and what you're wishing for, what you're hoping for. And yeah, I hope that all your dreams will come true, that you can really fulfill all those fantasies that you have, and that they will all be positive, those experiences. And yeah, so that's about it. Like I said, thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, have fun with my videos, come back, watch them, enjoy them, write to me, and oh, click the bell, the notification bell, yeah, so you know the next video is uploaded. And take care of yourself, stay healthy, and stay positive, and believe in true love. And Cameron, I hate you for letting Jack die at the end of Titanic. I really hate you for that. I don't hate anybody, but I don't like it. Anyway, so see you soon. Peace.